Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there? This is Gary Bledsoe coming to you with another action-packed, another powerful, motivational, inspirational, and very informative training webinar for you guys to be able to get some more eyeballs to your Facebook live streams, to your websites. I know you guys want that to happen. I know you guys definitely want to get more eyeballs because see what happens is when you get more eyeballs, you get more sales. When you're getting more leads and more leads coming in, a lot of people say it's not about the amount of leads you get, it's about all the conversions. I always believe that you have a better chance if you have more leads coming to your website to get some sales versus if you have less leads coming to your website. It'll be a perfect world if you can always bring people to your website and have a very high rate and get them joining your business right away. But that's almost nearly impossible. It's better to have a whole bunch of people coming there and you know the percentage be less of them looking at your website and then perhaps converting and join you. That's why in the military they have, what's a better weapon? A better weapon is a machine gun, or a better weapon is a single shot pistol. A machine gun, because you're going to hit more targets. So you definitely want to get more eyeballs coming to your website, so that way you can get yourself change your life for 2017 and for it to be better and get more people that's going to convert, people that's going to be your recruits, some people that's going to be your customers. So before we go ahead and get started, I'm just going to say hi everybody. I know if Lynette want to say
Hey
something.
guys, and if you're hopping on, just feel free to give yourself a shout out so we can shout you out live. If you haven't gotten a pen and paper, go ahead and get a pen and paper. If you have any questions during our webinar here, we'll try to answer live during for those of you who are joining us live, so you can get your question answered right away. Sorry about that, but if you're hopping on, give yourself a shout out, tag your teammates, share the video, whatever you got to do. So get your team onto this video, because like we say every week, this is free training for anyone in any company. So you're all more than welcome to join.
And I want you to make sure you stay on to the end. We have a special bonus, but you have to stay to the actual end in order to get the bonus from us. And the bonus that we always give you is not in this today's training. It's not going to be in the form of a PDF or anything like that. It's going to be a tip that we use that we haven't really seen anybody out there use. Let me fix my collar a little bit, pop my collar. That we haven't really seen anybody out there really using, that we've been using, and it's been working for us and helping us out in a lot of ways. So we definitely want you guys to get there. If you have any questions, we're going to do a Q&A at the end of the video. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tally up any questions that we get, and then we're going to go through it during the question and answer session. You won't see us again back on camera, but we will go ahead on and we will answer those questions when we get there. Maybe we might even go back and forth into the slideshow so that way you can actually reference some things and show you. So let me ask you guys, are you out there? You guys out there ready to get started? If you're ready to get started, go ahead, type on yes, let's get started, or type in yes so we can go ahead and get this thing started. So are you guys ready to get started? Lynette, you ready to get started?
I'm ready. So remember, pen and paper, guys, pen and paper.
All right, we're going to go into the next things. Let's just get started. Give me a few seconds to get this thing ready. Okay. All right, as you know, in this video, we're going to go into how to get more eyeballs to your Facebook live streams and site in 20 easy steps. Part 2, sorry, 20 easy steps, part 2, and it's by me and Lynette, Gary and Lynette here, and it was also inspired by millionaire maker, millionaire mentor, Mr. Ray Higdon. We watched a training. We actually paid for a training, invested our money into a training that he did, where he did 20 steps, and we just used ILT, which is Invest, Learn, Teach, in which we decided that we were going to go ahead and we were going to do a training on it for you guys, so that way you guys can get this, because you didn't make any money on it. I don't know if you follow Ray Higdon, but we believe in using IoT and teaching you what it is that we learned. So perhaps if one day it can help you and you can go out there and help others. So we're gonna go ahead and get started.
All right. So what we're covering tonight, if for those of you who are curious, if you've been asking serious questions of yourself, give me a second, We're going to cover who we are. If this is the first person, if this is the first time that you've been joining us, we're going to give you a little intro onto who we are.
Give me one second, guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Then we're going to get back into the presentation. All right, here we go. Sorry. Back into the presentation. Sorry, I had two logos up there. I wanted to get the other logo. Okay, go ahead. Step 6 through 10.
Okay.
Sorry.
So for those of you who followed us last week, you know we went through 1 to 5. Sorry, we went to 3. We went through tips 1 to 5. So today we're covering 6 to 10. If you didn't see 1 to 5, that's okay. You can still write down 6 to 10, and then go back and find the replay in our video section of our fan page. And then we're gonna cover 3. We're gonna 3 call to action steps, guys, and it's powerful. That's why I said make sure you have a pen and paper, because we're gonna give you guys some things that you may see what we've been doing, but we're gonna give you guys exact steps on what we've been doing. So we have a powerful call to action for you guys. And then of course, with every webinar we do, we give you guys an amazing bonus. So make sure that you hop and you don't hop off, you stay to the end, so that you can see exactly what free stuff we have for you guys, because it's awesome.
All right, and I also want to say welcome Gwendolyn, welcome Susan. Thank you guys for joining us. I hope you definitely get a lot out of this.
Then again, like Gary said, we're gonna have that Q&A session for you guys.
All right, let me ask you some quick questions. I asked these same questions in number 1 through 5, and I want to ask you, how would it feel to get more people to your Facebook live streams? Just think about that. How would it feel to get more people coming to your late Facebook live streams when you're giving them information, when you're giving them a call to action, and when you're talking to them about maybe joining your business, when you're talking to them about maybe becoming a customer of yours? How would it feel to get so many people, have hundreds and hundreds of people going there, liking and commenting? How would that feel? How would you feel if you got more likes, more comments, and more shares from your Facebook live stream? Or maybe even go to your website and get more people engaging on your website if you have a blog. How would it feel if you to get more people to your website? Like I just asked, get these people coming in and out, that they bookmark your website. They're like happy to see you every day. They're glad for your website. How would it feel if you could get more people contacting you instead of you going out there putting on your army gear and out there chasing them down? How would it feel to get them chasing you down? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great? If you think it would be awesome, type in there and say, hey, that would be awesome to get prospects, to get leads coming to contact me instead of me to chase them. So let me just go real quickly in who we are. And I'm going to go through this real fast. Like we said before, been students in network marketing since 1997, had some small successes, a lot of failures, but during that time became great students. We learned all we could on how to personally develop our skill set, communication skills, recruiting and team building, advertising on and offline. Created several video training series on business development, co-authors in a book, spoke to large audience across the country, sharing our strategies and tips on how effectively to use on and offline techniques to get leads, customers, and recruits. Been interviewed and featured in local and national publications. Here's a couple of pictures of us. You probably already saw these. This is just some highlights of some things that we've experienced. Our book here that we talk about, we were co-authors in. Some of the awards that we went to. We went to this award here, this gala. We walked in with nothing, didn't think we were gonna get anything, and walked with 2 or 3 big bags full of awards. And it was an awesome feeling. Everybody celebrated us. So that's a little bit about us. So now we're going to go straight into step 6.
Okay, so for step 6, you're going to create a LinkedIn article. And we kind of touched base on this last week, but just diving deeper. So for those of you if you didn't watch that video that I actually set up, if you watch that video, it shows you exactly how to create a LinkedIn article. So that's in our video training, and that's a couple minutes long. So if you haven't watched that, go ahead and go back and watch that. But that's actually a great way to attract professional people on LinkedIn. A lot of people are not using LinkedIn, and for me, LinkedIn is way better for me as far as my results. It's way better. I get more interaction through LinkedIn than I actually do in Facebook groups. So if you're not using it, because a lot of people aren't, missing the boat on LinkedIn.
And just to piggyback on what Lynette said on the bullet point number one, this is a great way, and I want you to really read that last couple of words. Professional people on social media. Think about your business right now. If you had a professional business owner that was truly interested in joining your business opportunity, how would your business be? You think that person would come into your business and be serious, or that person would come into your business and be take their time and do it slowly? No, if a professional person is interested in getting into your business opportunity, he or she is going to go to 100 really quick. They're going to do exactly what it is that they need to do because they already have been disciplined enough to be professional. So me personally, that's why I'm not really so excited about getting free this and free that, because every time you get free this and free that, you always wind up getting cheap. And a lot of times when you deal with cheap type of people don't do anything. The people that seriously want to get things done, those are the ones that take it to the next level. Like, for example, the university that I'm going to talk about later that Lynette and I are in, there's two levels that you can get in. You can get in at the university level, or you can get in at the mastery. Lynette and I are mastery because we want to go to the top. We're professionals, and we want to work in a professional atmosphere, and that we want to attract other professional people. And that's why I love LinkedIn. If you go to my page, you will always see that I'm constantly promoting stuff. I'm always talking professional. I'm always giving motivation. The same stuff I do on Facebook, I do on LinkedIn. However, I know that I'm attracting a different audience. So I may not put a meme on there. I may not put something that, I know that's not a professional. I will always keep myself. I'm always on LinkedIn like as if I'm in a suit and tie. That's exactly, I pretend that I'm in a suit and tie when I'm on LinkedIn because I'm looking for professional people who are going to be interested in joining my business opportunity, either be interested in being coached by Lynette and I, or interested in just doing anything, or just working with us and networking with us. That's why I love LinkedIn so much.
And just to let you guys know, most of the top income earners in network marketing, they found their top people on LinkedIn. So that's why we say, because a lot of, like I said, a lot of people are not using LinkedIn, and plus the videos and the websites that you guys are sharing. Like if you're doing a live stream, those live streams can be shared on LinkedIn, and that's going to attract people to you.
I'm going to go ahead and continue with this right here because Lynette's actually going to be sharing our live right now to several sites. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover this last part to help her out. What you can do is if you have a blog, for instance, if you have a blog, you can actually you have a live stream. Whenever you do your live stream, you can actually type out small tips from your live stream onto a LinkedIn article. And if you're not sure how to do a LinkedIn article, use the most valuable source out there, Google. Go out there and write different tips, different bullet points, and then at the end of the article, you can actually give them a call to action in the form of like this. You can say something like, to watch the full version of this video and get more tips and strategies, click this link. And the link then will allow you to click a link, and it can go to, you can actually embed your video into LinkedIn. If there's ways that you can do it, and if Lynette can touch base on that a little bit more.
Basically, all you're doing is sharing that live stream, just a link, onto LinkedIn. So it's very easy. And what's cool about LinkedIn is when you share that live stream onto LinkedIn, it shows as a professional video. So it shows the whole video, a preview of the whole. So that's just another way just to show your, hey, Tequila, hey, Karen, thank you for joining us, guys.
And Barbara.
Oh, sorry about that. But that's another way to, we're sharing different ways for you guys. But let's say if, just using an example, going back to the article, just giving you guys some ideas. So let's say if you're not a video person, and for me, it took me a couple years to do videos, right? Let's say if you're not a video person, but sharing an article that has nothing to do with videos, because we're talking about getting traffic to your blogs and your videos and your websites, right? So let's say, just an example, let's say if you wanted to share some tips from your, remember, we told you guys not to mention your company, right? So let's say if you're going to create an article about the niche that you're in, right? So let's say if you're in health and wellness, and you want to make an article about ways to lose 5 inches before March, right? So you're going to share that LinkedIn article. You can share that LinkedIn article into groups. And again, if you haven't watched that LinkedIn video, you can go back and watch that because I show you guys how to do that. But that's the things you want to do. So you're going to share tips on your live stream, or you're going to share some tips on that article, and then you're going to share that within LinkedIn groups. And then with everything, have a call to action. So if you're sharing your live stream video, before you end that live stream, you're going to give them a call to action. So if you're, like I said, if you're doing health and wellness, just an example, if you're doing health and wellness, and I should actually get paid because I keep saying health and wellness for that. We're not even a health and wellness. But if you're doing a video on health and wellness tips, right, your call to action could say, hey, if you want to learn more about actually a product that I use to lose 5 inches, that I'm going to use to lose 5 inches in March, you can email me here and say your email at the end, or you can go to this website here and you can send them to your website and talk about the product that they can get during that live. Or if you're doing the article, at the end of your article, you're going to give them a call to action the same way that you did in the video. So you're going to send them to your website, or you're going to send them to your email, whatever you have, so that they can contact you regarding that product you're talking about.
And you have to understand that, LinkedIn people, like I said, are professional people. And usually professional people are always busy or always on the go. So the reason why that we say the last part about have a call to action leading to the full live stream video is a lot of times if you do, some people prefer to put the live stream video in there. Then there's others who prefer not to. What they like to do is put bullet points, because a lot of times if they see a video that's 15 minutes long, or perhaps this live right here, which is an hour long, a professional may not sit there and want to have the time to watch the entire video unless they get attracted in the beginning with simple tips, simple bullet points. And guess what might happen? They might say, well, you know what? I would like to get more information. I would like to watch the full version. I have time right now in my busy out of my schedule. Click that link and then they can be sent to the full video.
Just an extra that if you haven't ever written an article on LinkedIn, if you put your link from your Facebook Live inside that article, they actually have it where it shows a preview and it plays the video correctly. So in most cases, sometimes when you put that Facebook link, your Facebook Live video, into different places, it doesn't show anything because it's not a YouTube video. But LinkedIn somehow is connected to Facebook. So when you put the link for your video, it's going to show a preview. So not only, like Gary said, if you're creating an article for somebody like me who maybe won't sit there through the whole video, the bullet points will be perfect. But for somebody maybe detailed like Gary, he might sit there and see the bullet points, be interested in what they're talking about, and want to sit down and watch that video. So you want to give people every opportunity to take a look at what you're talking about, whether that's through the video or through the article. And then, of course, answer questions. Now I'm gonna kind of laugh at this because I did something earlier and I didn't do it on purpose, but it totally relates to tonight. So you're going to create a post that asks certain questions or creates engagement, right? Because we talked about engagement before. Most of you guys probably don't know what type of company we're in because we never mentioned it. We told you guys we promised not to mention any companies. But I posted a video because we are in the travel industry, right? So I posted a question on my personal page that got, I think it was probably close or over 40 comments just by asking people a question, right? And I said, if you can go anywhere, and if you guys are in travel, that's an easy question for you guys. And not saying that this is going to work every time because it may not, but I posted, if you can travel anywhere tomorrow, where would you go? And everybody and their mama posted an answer, right? Because who wouldn't love to travel? But let's say if you were in the not travel, if you're not in the travel industry, but you're in health and wellness, right? You can say, what are you doing right now to lose weight before the summer? You're asking a question. So let's say if you're in beauty, you can say, what tips are you using to keep your skin clear or your skin clean, or your how do you what are you using? What are you doing right now to keep your under eyes from getting dark circles? Anything, something generic, not mentioning your company. Also, something generic that anyone can answer. Doesn't matter where what they're it doesn't matter if they're in your company or not. You want to kind of create engagement. So guess what? With all those people that answered that question, tomorrow, for me, but this is what I suggest for you guys, if you find that there's a post that you have a lot of interaction with, give it a little time, give it a day, and then tomorrow you can private message those people and say,
Exactly.
hey, I saw that you said you wanted to go to Hawaii. Well, hey, how about if I can show you a way that you can do that? Or, hey, you mentioned you wanted to lose 5 pounds and you're doing that by working out. How about if I showed you a product that I'm actually using that's helped me lose a couple of pounds off, or a couple of inches off my waist? Or if we're talking about the skin, hey, and you mentioned that you're putting cucumbers underneath your eyes. How about if I can show you a way that you can keep those dark circles underneath your eyes without using vegetables? Would you be interested? You can say something like that.
Or you can even do something like this. You can ask a question like this. Like Lynette said, it doesn't work all the time, but most of the time, sometimes it does work. And when it does work, that's the one that you focus on. You can ask a question like this. If you, right now you had, if you were visiting someone in another state, what would be the one item that you would make sure you take with you? Or what would be the one item in your makeup bag that you cannot live without? Something to that nature. Whatever your industry is in, like if you're in beauty, if you're in you can say something about what is the one makeup item that you cannot leave the house without, something like that. If you're in healthcare, what is the one thing that you must do every single day in order to maintain your weight loss? You can do certain things like that. It doesn't work all. I noticed that one thing that Mr. Ray Higdon told us that he said is not really good, and it's true, and he got this from other big time industry gurus. He said, don't always be asking a question. We knew a lot of people who do that. Every post is a question, is a question, is a question. You're not really giving information if you're always asking questions. To me, it's like you're just trying to get likes, comments, and shares to your Facebook page by asking questions like, what am I eating right now, or something like that. People really don't care what you're eating. You want to do something that relates to your industry, something that's going to create that curiosity, but it's going to talk about that person. Because if you say something like, what is the one makeup item that you would never leave home without? Would you be surprised how many people might say, hey, I wouldn't leave without this, I wouldn't leave without that, I wouldn't leave without that, or I wouldn't leave. What is the one thing you must do every day to maintain your weight loss, or to maintain your weight goals, or whatever? What is the one thing that something to that nature? And it just creates that curiosity, and it's talking about that person, but it's actually lead them into your industry.
And then again, like I said, get those answers and then answer the question on a live stream. So if let's say if I took the question that I posted, right? If I said, where would you go? So what if I decided to do a live stream tomorrow that said, hey, I got so many answers to the question that I posted yesterday. What if there was a way, if I can show you guys how to travel on a discount, or something, if I did something like that? Or you can say, what if I showed you guys if there's a way that you can get rid of those those dark circles under your eye? Or what if there's a way you can lose 5 pounds? Because I had so many people answer that question, I wanted to share with you guys what I'm using to get those results. So all those questions, again, all those answers you got, put them on your, and that's actually an easy way to, if you run out of ideas, you can post questions online on Facebook so that you can get ideas for what you need to do on the next live stream.
How many times have you ever seen in industry leaders and network marketers, top leaders? How many times have you ever asked someone, I'm getting on video, and said, I've gotten this question over and over and over again, and then they'll go ahead and answer that question? Well, that's basically what they did. They gathered the answers of all the questions that they gathered all the questions, and they gathered all their answers, and then they just put it together in a form of a training. That's basically keeping content rich into your marketing strategy, so that way you'll always be out there doing something over and over again. It's so funny because just to let you know about why this is important, my wife and I we just like switched the channels real quick, getting ourselves mentally prepared for this training, and she saw Steve Harvey doing the Miss Universe. I said, and it was funny. She was like, "My God, Steve Harvey got a lot of jobs." And I said, "Yes, that's why he is the man that he is, because of the fact that he's always working. He's always busy. He's always out there, and that's basically what you want to do. You always want to be out there doing something, because the ones that don't are not always out there. When they do try to come out and do something, they have to try really hard to get themselves back to where they was. You want to always be out there, so every time people see you, you become a household name when it comes to being a leader or branding yourself and your opportunity. See, a lot of times people want to brand their opportunity and they want to answer the questions in the form of they're the company. When they're not sitting at board meetings, you want to answer the questions in the form of branding yourself, so that way people can want to follow you. You want to always be busy.
And like Gary said, that brands you as an authority regarding that subject. So all the time, if mostly for us, the question that we get is, how do you build your business online? So because most people know us for doing everything that we do online, everything we cover is all the trips, the tips that we share, all the ideas that we share is about doing your business online. If you're doing blogs, if you're doing videos, whatever you focus on, that niche, that's what you're going to be known for. That's what people are going to come to you. Believe me, it doesn't happen right away, but if you continue to share that information, everyone who's interested in that topic or that subject or that niche, beauty, health, travel, whatever it is, they're going to come to you because they see you already as an authority that you cover that subject. I've seen people come to us years later, their friends that we grew up with, or maybe people that we went to high school with, who they were not in business when we first got into business, right? But later, when they might have joined their company, they say, hey, I know that you guys have been doing this for a while. Help me do what you guys are doing, because I want to work my business online. So if you continue to be that person that's always out there, people will see you as that person who is the go-to person for whatever you're teaching. So if you want to focus on teaching about health, you be that person, you write that blog, you make that video, whatever your focus is, that's what you want to put yourself out there. So that's why we're saying answer the questions inside your niche so that you're that go-to person. No matter if it's today, it's tomorrow, it's next year, you're always going to be that person who's covering that niche.
And make sure that you're the go-to person. Lynette said that several times, not the go-to company. See, people, a lot of times, they send people to the go-to company, and guess what happens? The person who's going to go to the go-to company is going to follow the person who is the authority figure in that company. And if deemed as an authority figure, they're going to join someone else. So you want to be the one that they say, I want to join, I'm going to follow, because this person is always out there. This person's always giving me great information.
And you know what's funny? Like I said, you're going to share information about your niche. And you're not even talking about your company. So like Gary said, you're not even sharing information or naming your company. And in most cases, what will happen, because it happens to us too, people will say, hey, I want to join you, because they like the information we're sharing, and they don't even know what company we're in. They just want to join us because they see us as a person who's going to share information to help them do their business the right way.
Exactly. And number 8, associate trends with your content. For example, check what's trending on the right side of your Facebook news feed. You can actually go there right now, and if it's something that relates to your business opportunity, you can actually talk about it. See what content relates to one of the topics that's trending. I'm going to give you a quick example. If your blog or whatever it is that you post about is in the technology industry and you want to talk about advancing technology, you can actually mention the new Samsung Galaxy 8, the Samsung Galaxy 8. You could say something to the fact that keep up with the times. I see Samsung is coming out with a new Galaxy 8 in the near future, and what's great is that you can use these apps that my company is doing seamlessly on that phone. You can actually tag a Samsung Galaxy 8 and it will hit in the trending areas, and when the people click on Samsung Galaxy 8, they might see your post there and they might say, wow, you know what, I'm looking to get into the health industry or the beauty industry, something to that nature, where you're actually associating the trends that are already out with Example, the company that we were in at one point, they were giving away BMWs. I don't know if they are still doing it. Are they still doing it, Lynette? I haven't really been finding out, but they're giving away BMWs. You can actually say, man, one thing I'm so glad about is that I'm on pace to get a 2018 BMW M3. And just leave it at that. Somebody might contact you or comment and say, wow, how is that going to happen? Wow, I know you're excited. And they keep commenting with you and liking it. You can eventually, like Lynette said, let it go for a little while, and then you can actually go to them later and say, hey, I see you commented about getting me getting a BMW M3. How would you like to know how you can also get a BMW M3? Because my company is just giving them away.
And just to test this, you guys, not now, but once we get off, if you go onto your computer and you click on that trending section, click any of those trending topics there. You're going to see that it's mainly the main blogs that are sharing the about that subject. So let's say if it's FedEx, if you click that, you'll see all the articles that mention FedEx. But then if you go down a little bit more, that's when you're going to see regular posts by regular people who are talking about FedEx or whatever that trending topic is. That's why Gary said, mention that whatever the trend is at that point or for the day, if it relates to your company. Now, don't just put yourself out there just because you're going to put yourself out there. But if it relates to your company, you can put the 2018 BMW M3. Hey, my company is associated with this. If you put that there, your post, if your profile, if that post is public, it will show there in addition to everything else that's out there. So you're putting yourself in a sense kind of like Twitter, where you're there using hashtags, except Facebook has it where if you mention that same trending topic, you'll show up there in the newsfeed too. So that's easy to put yourself out there to new people.
Also, you can do something like that, Lynette and I do a lot of times. Tag a guru in your post. Somebody that you can tag, somebody that has given you this content or given you, tag us for, if you learn something, give credit to that person that you learned something from. Say, so, I'm so glad that, this person here, I'm going to say let's just say Joe Smo. I'm so glad Joe Smo was able to cover this in his training. Excuse me, or in her training. I'm really appreciative because of what she did or what he did. I was able to go out and get 5 new people into my opportunity. I was able to go out and find 10 people who contacted me about my business opportunity. Tag a guru, because guess what might happen? You're going to get eyeballs, not just from you. You're going to get that guru's eyeballs from his friends or her friends. And if in most cases, if they hear about it, they will appreciate it. And guess what might happen? It may to an interview with that person in a collaboration. I'm going to give you a perfect example. Millionaire per year, multi-millionaire per year income earner Brian Carruthers. My wife and I have been following him for years. I was actually one of his downlines, but he has 400,000 people, so he probably didn't know who I was from an atom. But my wife and I, we just kept tagging him in certain things that he taught. We was getting on webinars that were his company specific, but his webinars were so general of how he teaches. They were so powerful in how they can teach anybody anything. We would jump on his conference call, so we would actually tag him in it, and eventually he would start seeing that to the point where he granted us and honored us, and we were so honored and so humble where he actually did an interview with us via telephone for our company. He wanted it to be just for our team, but I kind of begged him, can I do it for everybody in my company? And hundreds and hundreds of people have actually listened interview that little old Gary and Lynette were able to get a multi-millionaire on a call, picking his brain and getting certain things. And it all came because we were tagging him and his audience saw it and other people saw it to the point where he invited me as a top recruiter to be able to be on a call with other top recruiters in which he was interviewing us on how we use tools and different strategies and tips to be able to get more people to join your business opportunities. So you never know how powerful this is. So you want to make sure that you go ahead on and you can tag a guru. You can actually, we would love for you to tag and say, I learned a lot in this opportunity and this thing that I'm watching, tonight. And you will see Lynette and I, we do this all the time. Every time we're on a webinar for the online university that we are part of, our system, our lead system, we are always taking a screenshot. We don't give all We don't put a whole big live on it, but we'll take a screenshot and we'll say, hey, this is my current situation right now. I'm learning. I'm sharpening my mental axe, whatever it is that we're saying. And then we may hashtag whatever the company is, or we may, if it's a person that we know or we're friends with on Facebook, we'll tag that person and say, I'm so pumped that what's name is teaching right now and I'm going to learn all I can. It really works. And if, like I said, if you give the right credit in the right place and you edify that person, that will really get that person to say, oh my gosh, I am so interested in learning a lot of, I'm so glad this guy is tagging me. I'm getting so much tags. You know what? I'm going to watch the next time what this person's doing. And they might say, you know what? I think I want to get and, be able to interview this person. Or, you know what? I'm going to do a collaboration. I'm going to give this person a start, and try to get them to make $100,000 this year or $200,000. And I'm going to do a product launch with them or something. You never know. Might lead out of that. So it's really, really powerful. Number 10, this is something that I was teaching the people in my opportunity so much when I was in my former company. I was telling these people, if you really truly want to get people to go to your website, go to your videos, and now with Facebook live stream, you must demonstrate things. You must use demonstrations in your live stream. It is so powerful to use demonstrations in your live streams. Let me give you an example. The company I was in before had makeup. It had perfume. It had skincare, things like that. And I used to tell them, I used to say, hey, I know it takes a little bit of work, but think about an actress and an actor. How much time do they have to put together to go do one scene? All you're doing is one little skit. So all you want to do is you want to go get yourself fixed up, make up real quick if you a person that you need to get made up, or you don't make yourself up, you keep yourself without makeup. Grab something that you like, a new product that your company has, and you say, hey, this is how I wear this eye cream. You don't even have to mention the name of the product. I love this for the simple fact of this. I love it for that. You might be into, let's just say you're into healthcare, and there's a company, and I'm going to name the company. I don't like to name the company, but I'm going to name this company so you can know what I'm getting ready to lead to. Beachbody. You might be into health with Beachbody. You can say, hey, this is what I usually do. I drink this shake right before I go into my workout, and you actually show yourself making a shake with the ingredients. If you put kale in it, spinach, and you put it in your NutriBullet or whatever it is, or you mix it up, and then you go out there and you exercise, you can actually show that.
Just use an example, because I see this, I don't even know how I see this live stream all the time on my newsfeed. It's for a pearl party company. I've never heard of it before, but somebody always shares it. It's always on my newsfeed every Saturday. There's a pearl company that they have like pearl parties, and this person has like hundreds of people on her live stream every time I see the video, and they're live, and all they're doing is opening up these oysters live on the video, and they're showing, I don't watch the whole thing, but I always catch them for some reason. They're showing how they open up the oysters and get the pearls out. I'm not really sure, but that person always has hundreds of people on their live streams, because like Gary said, that's a demonstration. Think about it. That's a unique thing. A pearl, right, Pamela? I don't know how I'm seeing this person, but I always see their live streams. They're showing you exactly how that product works or what that company is about. Because like I said, I'm not even sure what the company is, but it's a network marketing company. And all they're doing is opening up shelves. I've actually seen another woman I forgot what company she's in, but she puts a black mask on her face, and I had showed Gary one time about her, because it was kind of weird, because you just see a lady with a black mask on her face, so it kind of threw me off. I was like, look at this. But she had about 50 people on her live stream showing how she did her mask. It was a mask, and how she took it off and what the purpose was, and she shared a little information about the product and what it does for her, and then she took it off and she answered any questions during her live. To you, it may seem very easy to put a mask on, or let's say if you're, like Gary said, health and wellness, you're showing exercises, or if you're doing pearls, you're showing how to take pearl out of the oyster. It may seem like something very simple, Or let's say if you're in travel and you're sharing a trip, right? Those things may seem very easy, but live streams are very powerful because you can show people right now, right here, live, how your product works. So tr- just using an example, travel is kind of difficult. I can't physically show you what Paris looks like. But what if I can share a video of how it looks in person so you can experience how Paris looks with me, right? A mask. You can't really, what if the person lived in a different country? You can't really say I'm going to send you a sample because that takes too long for them to receive it. But what if you can share what, kind of what it does for you? Like Gary said, maybe do a tutorial of how to put makeup on. People right now, live is hot. Pushing while we're doing this live right now, we get messages during the live that Facebook is pushing to try to get more people into the video. They're sharing the video for free for us.
And just to think about this, I want you guys to really think about this. When you're, let's just say, up at night and you're not doing anything but you're watching TV and you change the channel, if you don't have, we cut the cord, we usually don't have regular TV, but let's just say those people that do have regular TV. What is one of the most popular things that you usually see in the middle of the night or in the early day that is always on TV? Infomercials. Infomercials. What is happening on an infomercial? You have someone on there demonstrating what it is that they're selling. There's demonstrating. You see about the pot. You see about the UV glove. You see about the NutriBullet. Then because of the demonstration from the NutriBullet and how easy to use and how to set it up, I went out and bought one, and it was one of the best investments I've ever bought in my nutrition of healthcare for my body. That's what this does. This is why it's so important to make demonstrations, because basically you're a marketing company for yourself and you're a marketing company for your business. So what you're doing is exactly what the big marketers are doing. They're making demonstrations of why that person, they're going and finding an emotional why that person needs to buy their product because of the ease of use it is, how friendly it is to use that product.
And Pamela, just to answer your question, because you said you sell jewelry, right? So in a sense, I'll kind of be quick and we'll probably talk about it more at the end. And I talked about this on my blog today. What you guys, no matter what your industry you're in, you want to take a look at the who's leading in that industry. So if you're in jewelry, you want to see who's leading in that. But we'll talk about more about that. And if I forget, just please ask it again at the end.
Also, you want to talk about how to do something. If you see in those infomercials, you want to talk about when to do something. You want to talk about why you need to do something. What do they always say in those pots and pans, the ceramic pots, and they were talking about how they can pour egg in there and create an egg, and it just floats right out of the pan when it's completed and floats right on the plate. How powerful is that? That makes somebody want to go out and buy that particular type of pot. Remember back in the days, and I'm probably going to date myself, the Ginsu knives, how the guy had a can and he would just cut in the can with the Ginsu knife. What do you think you want to do? Go out and you want to go and get that thing. You want to go out and get those knives. Well, that's what it does when you grab your Facebook Lives and you're demonstrating something. You may be a karate instructor to come to your school. See, it doesn't always have to be a network marketing company. And you're a karate instructor, and you want people to start coming to your school, and your school might have 4 students. It might be your wife, it might be your kids that are your only students right now. Why don't you do little small demonstrations on how to stop an attacker in 4 moves real quick, how to grab somebody who has you at knife point, how to get out of that hole. You can actually demonstrate that and then give a call to action in the end for them to come to your website or come to your place of business. If you're a landscaper, you can actually show how you get a certain section. Say, I want to show you how this section looks now, and I'm going to show you what tools I use to get this section looking great. And you can actually do it before and then maybe speed up the camera. You can ask some people how to speed up a camera, speed up a video, and speed up that, do a time lapse on your iPhone, and then get to the end and say, hey, if you want your lawn to look like this, feel free to come and go and give me a call here and give them your number. No, let me tell you something. I had a problem with my left heel, still, still healing somewhat. It's that plantar fasciitis, whatever the heck it's called. I can't even pronounce it. Some Latin name. And the way that I found the person at the doctor that I've been going to, guess how I found this doctor? I found him on YouTube because I was looking at ways to figure out how to stop, how to reduce the pain or how to deal with it. And one of the videos led to it because of my location in the a geographical area that, you allow Google to have your location so they can find things in your area. They actually instructed me to a doctor's office that's like 15 minutes from my house. And this doctor had like over almost 2 million views on how to deal with this problem. And he's been helping me. I actually met him. He was like a celebrity when I met him, but yet and still, I met him because he demonstrated exactly what you need to do in order to take care or reduce the pain from that problem. So powerful. See, visual people love this method a lot because I'm a visual person. You can tell me what to do all day long, but if you don't show me, I won't get it. So when you show me, most of the people that I've been following all of my marketing career, most of the people I've ever followed, is when they showed me something visual. Whenever if I go to a website and I see a bland website with just a whole bunch of text, I ain't interested. But if I go to a website and I see videos and I see visual presentations and things like that, I'm sold. I'm in it. And the visual people love that. So if you want to get visual people into your opportunity, your business, and visual people are very powerful because they are very creative and getting that message out there, then you need to go and demonstrate things in your video. See, this is exactly how I learned to build a computer from scratch. I know how to build a computer from scratch. You just give me a case and I get some stuff and I know. And let me tell you how I know. And this is a story. I remember one day I wanted to learn how to build a computer from scratch. It was just something that was a passion of mine. I did not want to buy a ready-made computer by Dell, Hewlett-Packard, none of them. I wanted to create my own because I knew that the amount of money that I would have spent in buying a computer, I could have made a computer that was 20 times faster, 30 times faster, and more up to date by spending the same exact money because usually when you buy a computer, they always give you the minimum specs of that computer. Me, I wanted a computer that was more powerful, more faster, can do more. So guess what I did? I went on YouTube and I Googled how to create a computer from scratch. And I found a guy named Bucky. And I don't know where Bucky was, but that was his name, Bucky. And Bucky had a 10-part video series on how to create a computer from scratch, stating everything that you had to buy, how to put it on, and he showed me demonstrating each piece, and he showed exactly what I needed to do. And guess what? I followed that 10 steps to the letter. And guess what happened? Guess what happened? I learned how to build my first computer. My first computer, I spent about $700 to buy the components. But if I wanted to sell that computer, and I still use it to this day, it would have been worth about $3,000.
And ladies, let's take it back to the ladies, because I don't know nothing about a computer. But back in the day when that whole smoky eye rage began, I had no clue how to do smoky eye for my eyes, because Gary probably don't know what I'm talking about at all.
I sure don't.
But when everything was smoky eye makeup, right? I had no clue how to do it. When I did it, it looked terrible. It looked crazy. I used to have to take it off. Before Facebook Live, I found a woman who, I just Googled it, like Gary said, and I found a girl who did just natural smoky, and I basically subscribed to her channel because I kind of liked the way she did her smoky eyes and the natural look. So guess what? Not only did that give her a new subscriber, but that creates even for your lives. Because if you've ever done a live at the end, or if you've ever watched any of our lives, you see at the end it says subscribe. So anytime we do a live video, or that woman that I subscribe to on YouTube, anytime she does a live video, it sends me a message, and on Facebook it sends your audience a notification that person is going live, because obviously you like the information they give you, so you're going to go back to it. So if you going back, that's kind of like a call to action. Before you get off that video, make sure you give them a call to action to subscribe to your live videos, because then that person will always get a notification anytime you go live.
Now I'm excited this next part because I know you guys want to get leads and stuff right now. I know you guys want to start figuring out how y'all want to go out right now. You guys want to go out right now and you want to implement what you learned last week in 1 through 5, and you want to go out there and implement what you learned in 6 through 10, and you want to start getting leads like right away. Like Lynette and I, we are constantly getting people that are contacting us and subscribing to us. We always want to know what it is that we're doing, and we want you guys doing the same thing. See, I believe a saying: it ain't fun if we all ain't getting some. So let's go out there and let's all get some. See, I want to give you your first call to action. This is your first call to action. I want you to make sure you're doing this. What I want you to do is I want you to check out the system. You might already be a part of the system that we already use that helps us to generate leads daily. And we want to let you know that you can use this system for 10 days for a $10 trial period. So that's $1 a day to learn a system that Lynette and I use that helps us to generate leads on a daily basis.
And just if this is the first time that you're getting on with us, you guys know that we share generic information for anyone. The online university that Gary's talking about, it's for any leader from any company that just needs new customers and recruits. So this is for anyone.
And here's what you're going to get. I'm going to show you what you're going to get. This is a screenshot of our back office. This is just a portion of all the training that they have back there. They have Facebook marketing, as you can see right here. Facebook marketing, Facebook Live, Facebook paid marketing, mobile leads, video leads, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube marketing, Periscope, Twitter, Pinterest. All of these are different trainings that are in the back office. That's why we call it an online university. I'm going to tell you what you're learning right now. It was a lot of this was taught through this avenue, through this online university. Us to Mr. Millionaire Maker, Mr. Ray Higdon, because he is a big part of this online university. He's definitely with this online university.
So what if this whole Facebook Live thing, you're not into videos, you're not into any of that, but what if you wanted to learn how to get leads through Instagram? What if you wanted to learn how to get leads from Twitter? What if you wanted to learn, and actually it's funny because with that $10 10-day trial, you actually get a free WordPress website with that membership. So what if you wanted to learn how to get leads through your own blog or through just Facebook in general? So you have access to, there has to be over 200 different training videos and cheat sheets on each different topic that you wanted to focus on. So it's not just Facebook Live at all. As you can see there's a ton of marketing strategies that you guys can use. Whatever you focus on, believe me, it's back there.
Well, and if you, speaking of late Facebook Live, let me just show you. When you click on one of these links, like if you was to click on this link right here to go into access to training, this is basically what you're going to see. You're going to see an hour and 17, or little shy of an hour and 18-minute video from one of the top industry leaders on how this guy is a Facebook ninja. I mean, he's really good when it comes to image marketing and video marketing. And he does a training on how you can actually use your Facebook Live to get more people to your Facebook Live. And he's really, really good. Actually, this platform that you're watching this presentation on was something that I made the investment in one of his training products, and I learned from him, and I'm actually using this right now to learn how to be able to put a PowerPoint in a Facebook Live, because that was unheard of. You always had to show yourself, and you had to hold the camera, and the camera's moving all around because you're holding the cell phone in your hand. But I'm actually doing this top, and this is one of the videos that I learned from. And then you also get certain things from this online university, like Facebook paid marketing secrets. Do you know how, I can't even describe how many people actually wanted this product just today. A couple of hours before we got there, we got emails saying this person wanted this sheet, this person downloaded and clicked to get the download for the sheet, this person clicked, because we're always leading with that, saying, hey, how would you like this free cheat sheet on how to use Facebook paid marketing? And when they're interested, they subscribe to us, and guess what? We can start filtering them information about our online university, about our travel company, about our coaching program. We can start filtering things to them right away because they gave us their name and email address because they wanted their Facebook marketing secrets. I mean, it's been a time where I even call people back and say, hey, do you have any questions? I see that you wanted to get that Facebook marketing secrets. Do you have any questions about it? I'd like to see if I can answer any questions. And then I have gotten recruits from that.
Even better. What if you like Pamela? You said you were in our jewelry company, right? What if you can create an ebook where people who are interested in jewelry? So I kind of reminded me to go back to you. What if you can have somewhere where you can get their information, give them a tip about jewelry, maybe how to find some tips on how to find the, because I don't know too much about jewelry, so I'm not gonna lie. Maybe how to find how to tell if your jewelry, the jewelry you choose for your outfit is quality or something like that. Something that has to do with your company. Give people some free information, like Gary said, a PDF file. So this online university actually lets you create your own cheat sheet based for your company. So you can put your photo back there, your whole, like we have one, you can give tips on whatever your company is. If it's beauty, 5 ways to get 5 inches off. So you just did a video. You can have them put their email information, and then on the other side of that, that when they log in, they're watching your video. So you don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over again. You can send them to your cheat sheet page where they can either get a PDF which you create yourself for free, or they can watch your video. Like for me, we have several different back there, but I have one that shows 7 different ways to keep your business, keep momentum in 2017, and they're watching a video. After they enter their name and email in the information, then they'll go get sent to the video. But we also have cheat sheet page where we give out like 7 different social media cheat sheets. They have to enter their name and information to get to the other side. So that's a way that you can grab name and people who are actually interested rather than bothering your friends and family. If you can create a PDF, a free PDF, where if they're interested in jewelry, they can just put their information, and you can put them in your company website. If you have an address book back there or a contact link back there, you can put those people in your company information, because they're actually interested in your topic of whatever you're sharing. So you're not spamming anyone, because these people actually are interested in your niche.
And they've actually given you permission. So that's why we love this online university, because it gives certain things. Like Lynette said, there are dozens and dozens of free. You have Instagram free videos, free cheat sheets, free PDFs, things like that. So what we do is we don't come and all of a sudden go for the juggler vein and say, hey, join our company. No, what we'll say is, hey, how about I give you something for free? And they don't know it's coming from our online university. Say we'll give you something for free, and what happens is they click to get that free item, and that free item gives them some valuable information. Now we can start dripping on that person and start sending them emails until they decide they want to unsubscribe regarding some of the things that we're doing on the other side that might eventually get them to join our business opportunity
or become a customer.
So what I would suggest that you do, if you didn't already get it, and I'm gonna show you where to get it. Get your copy of that free cheat sheet, that free Facebook Live cheat sheet. Enroll in the 10-day trial period. It's $1 a day. Let me tell you what I did. When someone told me about this, I was totally not interested. I was like, I'm not trying to join anything. I'm not getting involved in anything. They said, Gary, try it for 10 days for $10. And I know you, Gary. You're going to devour everything that's in there. You're going to go through it, and you're going to realize how powerful it is. When I'm in there, I'm going to tell you right now, at the end of day 1 and the beginning of day 2, I already made my decision that I was going to be in this thing for the duration, as long as it's available. Because I could not believe. See, when you get into that 10-day trial period, whatever level you join as, whatever level you enroll yourself into that online university, you have complete access. It's not limited access for the 10 days for whatever it is that you want. So if you come in as a mastery enrollment level, you get everything. If you come in at the university, you get everything that's entitled to a university person. They don't limit you. So what I did was I said, well, I'm gonna get as much as I can within this 10 days. So I went in my back office and I went through video after video after video, and I learned so much to the point where I say, you know what? I can't stop this. I got to keep going, because every week they provide a and we're going to get into that. They provide a free training of updated stuff, and I just said I got to stay in it.
And honestly, 10 days is not even enough to go through everything that's in the back office, because every week they're updating like 2 to 3 videos, new videos every week. So there's like so much information back there. 10 days, if you can devour the whole back office of that online university and all those videos in 10 days, you're good, because I couldn't. Not within that 10-day trial.
And see, and you can, like I said, learn all you can within the 10 days. You know, use it. And this is where you can go get it. You go to the website that you see there, whoisgarybledsoe.com/10-day try. Definitely do it. Now, I'm going to give you a second call to action. For more on how to use LinkedIn. My wife has a blog that she put together. It's day 26 of her 30-day challenge. You make sure you go there, LynetteBledsoe.com. Market dash business dash LinkedIn dash day dash 26. And you can rewind this replay and actually get that.
Or you can just go to LynetteBledsoe.net. It's a couple days ago, so you guys can, if that's easier for you guys, you can do that.
Also, for more training on using Facebook Live, the person I just told you about, the Facebook Ninja, Mr. Stephen Rachel, and him and his wife, Lanacia, they're going to be doing a training this Wednesday, a updated Facebook Live training this Wednesday. Make sure you go there and register for that. whoisgarybledsoe.com/weekly training. Even if you can't show up to the live event, register so that way maybe you'll be able to access a replay if they decide to put it up. I always, even if I know I have something to do that day, I register for every event from something that I want to learn from, because I'm praying on my knees that they give a replay. They might send a replay later. Some may not, some may. But most of the time, 97% of the time, 97% of the time, they usually send a replay. So I'm always making sure I have access to it. They don't know whether I showed up or not. Maybe they do. Maybe they have a way of knowing. But sometimes what happens is they'll say, I see that you didn't make it, but I did see that you did register. So guess what? You're in good luck. Here's the replay. And they send me the replay and then I watch it. So register. Go there right now and register it. Third call to action. Now this is where I'm excited. I'm so excited about it. Lynette and I are going to be implementing a coaching program. We're going to be starting that coming up in probably the end of next week. The beginning of the second week in February. We're going to be starting. We're going to be putting things together. We're going to be contacting people. I already think that we have about 4 people who already said that they're interested and be getting into it. And because we just started, so we know it's a low number right now. But if you're still interested in getting a 5-week intensive, I'm talking about intensive one training with us, a coaching and a group training. We're just gonna be busy showing you how everything we've done, all the things that Lynette and I have recruited over 700 people with our team. 700 people. we did this in a short time because we were not playing. We were out there. We still get paid on a lot of those people to this day. A lot of them to this day. Every 2 weeks we get a check from our former company, and we don't even promote that company at all. And we want to show you the things that we're doing. So make sure that you sign up. Make sure you email me. Email me at GaryBledsoe0@gmail.com, so that way you can get details for one of the upcoming coaching classes. We're going to have 5 weeks of intensive training. I'm going to run as fast as you run. I'm going to walk as fast as you walk. Lynette and I are going to be on the phone with you. You're going to have email access to us. You're going to have phone access to us. You can call us whenever you. We're going to give you all the details. You fill out a quick contract, answer a couple of questions so we can see how we can help you. We definitely want you guys to go out there and take action with us. Make sure you email us right away. And in the subject line, put coaching program info in the subject line. And I'm going to just send you information about it, give you all I can, let you know what's going to happen. And just thank you so much for being interested in it. And here is the bonus. Y'all like bonuses? We had to save the bonus to the last for all those that stayed on. If you didn't stay on, I guess you missed out on the bonuses. I know a lot of people probably said, on those call to actions, he wants us to do something. He wants us to buy something. I just wanted the bonus. Well, guess what? You have to go through the call of actions to get the bonus. Of course, we're going to give you the bonus at the last. And guess what we're going to do on this one? We're going to show you something that we haven't even seen. I haven't seen gurus do this yet. They don't. Did you see a little thing that said a reminder? It was a reminder about the Facebook Live coming up. Well, you can actually schedule a Facebook Live in advance. So if you know that you're going to be home at a certain time and you want to do a Facebook Live, you're out and shopping, you're cooking food, and you want to schedule it, and you want your audience, your followers to know about it, guess what? You can use this method to let people know you're doing a live in the near future. That way it gives them plenty of time to prepare. And we're going to go step by step really quick to show you, because we're at the top, a little bit past the top of the hour, and we're going to show you guys how you can actually schedule your Facebook Live so that way people can see your live. I'm telling you, this is the reason why you're listening to this, is because you want to get more eyeballs to your Facebook Live. Because more eyeballs mean more wallets, more credit cards, more people that's joining you, more people that's from you, more people that's following you. So the way that you do that, you want to schedule it. Lynette actually found this because one of the people that we followed, Pastor Joel Osteen out of Houston, Texas. We got to make sure we go there pretty soon. A Lakewood Church, one of the largest churches in the United States. He actually did a schedule like this. So she Googled how to do this. She researched how to schedule a Facebook Live, and she actually found out. And I haven't seen nobody do it. He was the only person that we saw do it. So now we're going to show you how you can do it. You can actually do it. You have to do it from your Facebook business page. So if you don't have a Facebook business page, set one up now. And you have to do it from your Facebook business page to set it up. This is what you have to do, and that's going to take over.
Okay, and before I show you guys the screenshots, if you have any questions, we are going to do Q&A right after how I show you guys how to do the schedule of the Facebook Live. So post them below so I don't miss them, and we don't have to. Sometimes there can be a delay. So this is how you actually schedule a Facebook Live. You're going to go into your Facebook fan page, and you're going to click Publishing Tools. Then after you click the Publishing Tools, you're going to click on the left-hand side, and I'm going to show you a screenshot of where it says Video Library. Then you're going to click Live. So this is how it looks on your screen from your Facebook fan page. And it's going to be Publishing Tools is going to be right here. So remember, here's going to be your page. That's your page setup. On the right hand side at the very top, it's going to say Publishing Tools. Then over here to the left hand side, it's going to say Video Library. That's where you should be right now, Video Library. Then you're going to click Live. So that's the next step. That doesn't schedule it, but that's where we are right now. So then you're going to hit Next. Then set a scheduled time of when you want to go live. And then hit Schedule. So this is how it's going to look on your screen. After you've hit the live, you're going to hit this one. It's going to show you Create Live Video. So you're going to hit Next down here. Then on this screen is basically you're going to talk about what you're talking about. So right here on the right hand side above that photo, you're going to have a space to put your title. So you want to let people know what you're going to be talking about. And then on the left hand side, the bottom left, it says Schedule Start Time. So you're going to put the start time. So even if it's 15 minutes from now, or if it's a half an hour from now, I say do it, because it gives people, your fans, a time to set themselves up when they're going to watch you. And all on the right hand side where that photo is, where my mouse is, it says Get Reminder. If those of you who get our emails, you probably got an email and I sent you straight to this page and I said click Get Reminder. Anyone who hits Get Reminder, they're reminded 20 minutes before you go live, and they're reminded 3 minutes before you go live. So Facebook basically advertises your live for you, so you don't have to invite anybody. And then down here it says you can create a custom image, or you can leave it the way the image it is. So let's say if I was doing a live on LinkedIn, if I wanted to, I can put a photo there of a LinkedIn photo or whatever we were talking about. So
or you can have, I'm going to cut you off on that, but this is very powerful what she's saying. You can upload an image. You can take a picture of yourself if you're in the makeup industry, and you can take a picture of you actually like you're putting a makeup on your face, and take a picture of that, and you can upload and say, I'm going to be showing you how to use this product properly or something like that.
Or how to get the smoky eye look, whatever that is.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So you can upload the image. I keep this the way that it is just for us because I kind of didn't like when I was doing the LinkedIn one. I kind of didn't like it. You have to play. You have to have time to put the right image here because it crops it weird. So you just want to make sure that the photo looks right, and it lets you delete it, so don't get worried if it looks weird. I keep it the way that is so that it kind of looks like it's us, because we're not promoting a company or anything on these lives, so I just keep it generic.
And look at the reason why we keep it generic like that. Think about what we get ready to say. That's like a serious announcement. Today at 1:45 p.m., Gary and Lynette plans to go live. Get a reminder. It looks so formal. It looks so professional. And then it has our profile picture from our business page. People say, wow, oh my gosh, this is powerful. I am definitely going to go ahead on and get this reminder and go there. Even if they don't show up, at least they're getting the reminder.
And what you could do also, if you wanted to, you can, once you hit schedule and you set this up, it's already there. So all you'd have to do is, let's say if you were, okay, Gwendolyn said tips on Avon. So Gwendolyn, let's say if you knew for sure you were going to set a schedule up for a video that you were going to talk about tomorrow on how to cover up those dark circles, right? If you knew for sure, you already knew the topic, you can take that link for the live that you're about to do tomorrow. You can share those links onto Facebook groups or LinkedIn. When you do the live tomorrow, you can tell people to learn 5 tips on how to keep your dark circles from underneath your meet me to watch the video tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and tell them click get reminder to make sure you don't miss it. You want to give people a call to action every time you do anything, because if they're not clicking get reminder, they're totally missing out that video, because it's basically the next day. But if they've clicked get reminder, they'll get reminded by Facebook the minute that you go live.
It's similar to if you decide that you join a webinar and you register 2 or 3 days ahead. What usually happens if it's a professional platform, a webinar platform, they usually send you an email saying, hey, guess what? You can this is going to be going live in a half an hour, or you got 1 hour to go. It's very professional, and it establishes you. See, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get you to establish yourself as a professional. You want to look professional. So that's what this is all about. So also, this is what Lynette and I do. We share, and did I say share, everywhere. We are always sharing our links everywhere. We're making sure everybody, when we have that reminder, when we give them a call to action, make sure you schedule, get a reminder. Now, eventually, these webinars, they may not be that big right now, but they're going to grow because we're constantly out there doing this every time we do it. And eventually, the buzz is going to get out there. So I tell you that you may start with one person that goes to your webinar or go to your live, but eventually, if you're constantly doing it and you stay consistent and you stay determined, eventually more people will go if you're letting everybody know what's going on. Well, that almost concludes us before we get into Q&A. Remember, part 3, you're going to have number 11 to 15 of the 20 easy steps. So it's going to be the same bat time, same bat channel at 7 p.m. Central. You're going to make sure you join us so you can get those eyeballs to your website. Don't forget about my wife's 30-day challenge. Bledsoe.net. Don't forget about our system. If you want to know more about our system, at the whoisgarybledsoe.com/10-day try. Just try it for 10 days. If you don't like it, you can actually kick it out, stop it, or whatever before they charge your credit card. The first month of enrollment, you can actually do that, or just keep it like we do because we know it helps us. We are constantly leading with those free cheat sheets. We are constantly leading with those things, and we're getting people that's actually interested in getting that stuff. So now what we're going to do is, if anybody have any Q&A for a few minutes,
Pamela,
okay.
Once and this is for anyone, once this video goes live, what you want to do is you want to hit the subscribe button once it's over, so that anytime that we get we do a live video, you'll get a notification. And if you haven't already, Pamela, once the video is done, on our Facebook there's a tab there that says email sign up. You can enter your email and we email out those reminders too. So if you don't see that, if you're on your mobile device, you may not see that. You can send us a private message to the fan page and just put your email there and we'll add you to those reminders. And so that was Pamela. And Susan is asking, that was my New York thing. Great information, Lynette. To back up a little, you said that if you mention a topic that's trending on Facebook, it will show up on Facebook somewhere. I didn't. Oh, okay. Susan, if you're on your desktop, that's where you would see the trending topics. You don't really see them on your mobile device, but more so on your computer. On trending, and once the replay is done, we can stop it and you can rewind back a little. But trending topics show up on the right side of your news feed. But we used an example of the BMW. I think it was trending, right? So BMW is trending today. Let's say if I did, and I can do it if I wanted to, if I posted a photo of BMW and I can say something like, so cool, I saw our company this weekend gave away a couple of BMWs. How cool would that be if that was in my garage? But it has to say exactly the car. I think BMW 2018.
It has to be the exact same verbiage.
It has to say the exact same item that's trending. So I said it wrong. It would be a 2018 BMW M3. Right. Whatever car that is, who knows, it's a BMW. But it has to be the exact same car. So if I said, how cool, my company this weekend gave away a couple of 2018 BMW M3s. If I posted that on my Facebook page and that post was public, when you click that trending topic, if you click the word, it's going to show you everything that is in relation to BMW.
Right.
So not only would blogs show up if you did a blog about it, but my post would show up in addition to everyone else's. So people who are interested in the BMW, it's going to show up in that trend.
Yep, exactly. And that's really powerful because it's like a hashtag sort of. If you want to, they hashtag in the presidency or anything like that, you may want your post might not even be about that, but you want to make sure it gets seen. It's all about getting seen. So that's what it's all about. You want to make sure that you have that there. So you want to make sure that you put that in the trending topic. So did that answer your question, Susan? I hope it really answered your question. Is there any other questions? Because we're going to be we'll give you another few minutes because we're not going to stay too long. But if there's anybody else that has any questions that we can answer, and then remember, the question not asked is usually the dumb question. The questions that are asked are never the dumb questions. So
if anything that you guys maybe missed, if you missed any of the steps, once this video, the live video is done, you can just hit rewind and it'll start from the very beginning. You can get the step that you missed.
Yes,
it's exactly like a hashtag. Hashtags don't really mean much in Facebook. They do work now, but right now the way that Facebook works is even if you just write the name of the word, the trending topic, it works like a hashtag. So it'll show up regardless if you hashtag it on Facebook or not.
Yep. Thank you, and Michelle, we appreciate that.
For those of you who are watching, if you're a leader, we do these videos every week, every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So what I would do if I were
Eastern.
you... Sorry, at 8 o'clock Eastern. If I were you, one of the things that I used to struggle with in the beginning was coming up with ideas to share with my team or try to figure out a way to share the information that I just learned with my team. The easiest thing I would say to you guys is either share the video with your team so that they can learn so you don't have to reteach it. We already spent an hour teaching it. Or tag them in the poll comments below and say, hey, I think you might like this. If you know someone who does Facebook Live videos, or if you know someone who has a blog, tag them, say, hey, such and such, I think you might like this, and let them watch it. Because sometimes when your teammates learn from another leader other than yourself, they're gonna believe that person more so than you. Don't know why that happens. It always happens that way. I can tell my team something, they won't believe me, but if they hear it from somebody else, it's the same information, they'll say, oh my gosh, great information. So sometimes they have to hear the same information from different people. So just use these videos as a way to share that information with them. And
I saw you said something earlier, Susan. You said you have 4 or 5 people that you I don't know if that meant that was on your team or you work with. You can do something creative like actually have like a sort of an online community party in which you're gonna invite them to take a look at our training, take a look at our live. And what you can actually do is say, hey guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna all get on at this time and we're gonna communicate within each other. Maybe you guys can have a group text and you all have each other's cell phone and you can say, wow, that was a great point. Hey, won't you ask this girl, ask that. You can do things like, so Lynette and I, we got crazy creative. Whenever we knew that somebody was doing something, we would create an event page. We would do whatever it took to try to get as many people on that thing so that they can watch it. And it's not like it's actually us that's doing it, but the things that we've been teaching them, we're actually sending them to someone that they look at as being an expert.
And what I used to do, because mostly all of you are on Facebook, what we used to do is we used to have a Facebook group with our team, right? And we used to share that if you're on these, you can share them in your group, right? So if you're on the video live, what I would do, because this actually, when someone misses something or some information, they kind of feel left out. So if you've already told your team, hey, let's go watch the video a Sunday night, we're going to make it a team thing. We're going to go watch the video at 8 o'clock. Once the video is over, once the training is over, if you went in that group and say, wow, what was the best tip that you guys got? If they covered 5 tips tonight, what was the best tip that you guys got? Your teammates who got on the live training, they're going to comment, and the ones who didn't even attend, they're going to feel jealous because they're going to see what you guys are talking about, and they're going to feel left out. And it's going to kind of make them want to go watch that training and not miss the next live training, because live trainings are way better than watching the replay. Even if you're watching the replay, it's okay. But watching the replay, because guess what? We got to answer questions. So
Your
we got
personal questions.
We got to answer Gwendolyn. We got to answer Susan. We got to answer Pamela. Like I said, it's cool to watch the replay, but maybe you have a question that didn't get answered live, and you could have got your answer right away instead of waiting for us to come back and reply back to your comment later.
Exactly. And like I said, you got to look at it like this. Everybody that's on this webinar right now, on this live, is somebody's downline. Think about what I'm getting ready to say. What you learn from this webinar tonight, from this live training right now, and if you go out there and implement it and make money for yourself, your upline is going to be making money. So think of it like this. If your downline was doing exactly what you were doing right now, how much money you would be making? So your job as a leader is to get them to trainings like this, get them to places like this, because you want them to go out and start doing work. Because when they go out to make money for themselves, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to make a portion of that, whether you're there or not. So if somebody is in your downline, Susan, one of those 4 or 5 people, and they decide that they want to go out and they say, you know what, I'm going to do a LinkedIn article, and they get a couple of leads, and then out of those leads, they might get a couple of sales. They're going to make money, but you're also going to make money too. So you want to make sure you're getting them on these lives. If you're getting value from it, share it with somebody, especially get selfish and share it with somebody on your team so that they can go out there and do what they need to do, because the more money they make, the more money you're going to make, because they're making money. So that's what you want to do. You can make a conference call, freeconferencecall.com. All of you ladies or all of you guys, whoever's on your team, hey, we all going to get on a call at this time. Lynette and I can't hear you. So you can talk amongst yourselves and take this mute off and talk and say, hey, that was a powerful point that, Gary and them shared right there. You know what? How about we ask this question? How about we ask that question? And Lynette and I have done that plenty of times. We have done calls and we have done trainings where we tell the people, get your team on this training, because if your team sees it, guess what? They might, what's the name?
And what's cool about the live, like Gary said, they could come asking questions. We used to do conference calls before where there were hundreds of people on a conference call, and Susan probably could attest to that. A couple of you probably could attest to that. There was no way for us to unmute that line to get one question answered. There was no way to get just one person to answer a question. This way, you guys get to ask us a question right live. We don't have to unmute everyone, but you guys get to get your questions answered. So
guys, we want to go ahead and close it out. Thank you so much, Michelle, Pamela, Susan, everybody that interact. And see, good that you interacting, because guess what? We're mentioning your names. So one day somebody might say, hey, I heard us trainers, Gary and Lynette Bledsoe, mention your name. Were they talking about you, Michelle? Were they talking about you? Susan, Gwendolyn, were they talking about you? Yes. That gives you credibility. That's exactly what happened to us. That is exactly what happened to Let Net Not. We definitely were always interacting when a big leader was talking so that they can mention our name, and that brought credibility. So with that being said, Lynette's going to say one last thing. I want to tell everybody good night, but go ahead, Lynette.
Really quick. And what if your team is scared to ask a question? You can be that person that asks a question too. So you never know. You're the leader. You be the mommy or whatever. You be the helper for them. But with that being said, if you're watching this, you can wait until the video goes
Give it like 15 minutes.
And then just make sure that you hit that subscribe button there so that the next time we go live, you guys can be there with us, asking us whatever questions you guys have. Hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just let us know after. And
let's make a powerful, phenomenal, excellent, awesome, amazing week, guys. Have a good night.
See you, guys.